Weeks after Doctor Who Season 15 wrapped, the future of the show is still a swirling mystery, with whispers and reports flying around about what's next. We're all on the edge of our seats, right? The BBC has been pretty quiet, saying a decision about the next season and the show's potential future with Disney is still in the works. It makes sense, as there are still 5 of the 26 episodes originally agreed upon with Disney yet to air, coming our way in the form of the spin-off The War Between the Land and the Sea. We're still eagerly awaiting a release date for that one. The BBC's most recent statement came after a report that the show had been shelved. They were quick to reassure us. Doctor Who has not been shelved. As we have previously stated, the decision on Season 3 will be made after Season 2 airs. They also confirmed that the deal with Disney Plus was for 26 episodes. So, the big decision from Disney could be just around the corner, or it might not come until after The War Between airs. While we wait, let's break down every single possibility. Just to be completely clear, none of the following options have been confirmed by the BBC. This is our team's deep dive, a mix of speculation and analysis. A new chapter with Disney. The most immediate possibility is that Disney will announce a recommission. What would this mean for the show? If Disney gives the green light, we'd expect the show to keep going for at least a couple more seasons, much in the same style it has since Russell T Davies returned. Think more action, more adventure, and maybe even a new Doctor. We'd likely see more spin-offs too. Davies himself has hinted that he has plot lines in mind for seasons 17 and 18. He's also expressed a desire to answer some of those big questions left hanging in the season 15 finale, like the return of Carole Ann Ford's Susan, and of course, the big reveal involving Billie Piper. This is probably the fastest way to get Doctor Who back on our screens. What would lead to this? The Disney deal was a game changer, giving Doctor Who a massive global platform. Disney will undoubtedly be looking at how the show has performed worldwide. Maybe they'll wait for The War Between to air, or maybe they'll make their call sooner. While UK ratings have been lower than in previous years, it's worth noting that terrestrial TV ratings as a whole are down. So a recommission from Disney will likely depend on its global performance. If Doctor Who has performed well enough internationally, or if Disney is willing to give it another shot, we could be looking at a bright future. Streaming expert Robin Parker notes, Doctor Who landing its first Emmy nomination is a welcome reputational boost. Given that The War Between the Land and the Sea is aimed at an older audience, it feels like a stretch to say that its performance will dictate any decision regarding the regular show. If Disney loved it, wouldn't they be shouting about it? A new home with another streamer. If the Disney deal doesn't get renewed, it's possible that Doctor Who could be offered to other streaming platforms like Netflix, Prime Video Max, or Apple TV+. What would this mean for the show? If another streamer picks up the show, it would likely mean a continued big budget. Whether you love the big budget of the last 2 seasons or not, there's no denying that a substantial budget is a huge plus for a show like Doctor Who. However, with a new partner comes new creative voices. The tone of the show could change, and there might be fewer opportunities for spin-offs. We'd still expect Davies to remain as showrunner, as long as the new streamer's vision aligns with his. This option would likely take a while. We could be looking at a couple of years off-screen, while a new deal is negotiated and finalized. What would lead to this? This is probably the next best option if Disney walks away. BBC Studios/Bad Wolf would likely shop the show around. While Disney and Doctor Who seemed like a perfect fit, other streamers might want to diversify their content. And there are few better ways to do that than with a British cultural institution like Doctor Who. Robin Parker adds, Doctor Who is a beloved brand that has proved itself capable of regeneration many times over and, in theory, would be a jewel in the crown for any streamer. Disney has the biggest family focus of any streamer, But Amazon Prime has gone big with fantasy, with shows like The Wheel of Time and Lord of the Rings, The Rings of Power. It also co-produced Good Omens, so there is precedent. However, a new partnership would require a firm commitment to a future vision that can re-engage fans. The BBC goes it alone. If a deal with Disney or another streamer doesn't materialize, the BBC could continue the show on its own. What would this mean for the show? If BBC Studios/Bad Wolf go it alone, we'd probably see a show similar to the one we had before the Disney deal. However, it would likely